registered owner has a warrant for his arrest.
Oh, okay.
Do you have your driver's license registered? There. Artur?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you do have a warrant for your arrest at
Okay.
Calgary for causing a disturbance. All right, so we're gonna have to deal with that.
Okay.
So right now you're under arrest for that warrant.
Okay. I say this to you. It's 2022. It's time to go after the villains. They have been hunting us down for the past 2 years. I say to every one of you, remember their names. We got to go after them. And I'm not talking about violence. I'm not talking about guns. I'm not talking about swords. I'm talking about a legal way. We got to start suing them. We have to go after them and make them accountable.
So I'm here with a man who needs no introduction, Pastor Artur Pawlowski, now arrested for, I believe, the 4th time since the onset of COVID restrictions. Did he threaten anybody? Did he cause mass disturbances? Did he rile up crowds to be violent? No, he dared open his church doors and feed the homeless. And since that time, you have been pursued in what I would call a campaign of police harassment. Can you tell us about this ridiculous and most recent arrest?
Well, as you know, I always have in the back of my mind this idea that I might be arrested anywhere, at any time, for whatever bogus reason that they will cook up. So we went to Leduc. I was invited to speak at the rally in Leduc, and I would expect police to arrest me there for, I don't know, any cooked up, charge of being with a crowd or not wearing a mask or something like this. But nothing happened. No police presence, no harassment, nothing, no intimidation. And on the way home from the rally, we were stopped by RCMP police officers. And I thought, I was there with my wife, I thought, okay, this is probably, maybe I was speeding. Maybe a light doesn't work, right? Maybe I'll end up with a ticket. But no, the officer comes to the window and says, there's a warrant for your arrest.
Oh, hello.
Hello?
Hey, sir. I just stopped your vehicle there because I noticed the registered owner has a warrant for his arrest.
Oh, okay.
And
I was like, oh no, there we go again. So I said, what have I done? They asked me to step out, and I want to just say that those officers were very professional, very polite. There was no abuse of power. Calgary police should learn from those officers how to treat human beings. I was escorted to the police, no handcuffs, no one pushed me around, no one touched me, abused me. They opened the door, I went inside, we had a conversation. It turned out that Calgary police has cooked a charge, actually 3 criminal charges from the incident. Remember when I went to pick up my registered mail? I thought the story is over. The next day, I called the police. They came, they retrieved my mail that was illegally stolen from me by Canada Post clerk. And I got a trespassing that day, and they said they're going to give me my mail to a different post office, and that was the end of the story. I filed human rights complaint, and I filed a complaint to the Calgary Police Commission, and which was deferred to the Professional Standard Unit. And my shock, I'm sure you're going to be shocked as well. I was told that this is from the incident that happened on the 20th of December 2021. And I'm thinking what have I done? It was Monday. I said to my wife, do you remember any rally, anything that was happening during the Monday, 20th of December? She said, no, nothing. So we went to my Facebook page and I scrolled down, and behold, that was where I was kicked out from Canada Post because I was not wearing a mask. They didn't honor my mask exemption, and I was kicked out. They refused to serve me. Then I received this document. That's a promise to appear before the court that has my name on it. And here, listen to this. I was charged criminally again for disturbing peace, cause a disturbance. And then I was charged with 2 additional charges. S3TTPA. I know, because the officers didn't know themselves. I asked them, what is this charge? And they talked to each other. It's I got no idea. They didn't know. But there was a warrant because I breached that, whatever that is. So then I called a friend of mine. He is an ex-RCMP officer, many years a veteran. So I said, tell me what this S3TTPA means. And he says, well, this is the Trespass Act. They charge you with trespassing, even though the trespass was issued to you a day later. And also...
And that's not how the law works. You have to be notified. That's not how the law works.
Unbelievable. So now I caused a disturbance. Why? Because they refused me to give me my mail, which is a criminal offense in this country. Still, it's a federal punishment if you will steal somebody's mails or take it. That's a criminal offense. You can go to prison. And then they charge me with the trespassing that was issued to me the day after. And also they charged me with BPM, which is and again a charge that I was not wearing a mask, while they're fully aware, Adam, that I have a medical exemption for 2 years. They know that, they've looked at it, they have a copy of it in jail, in prison, in a police custody. I showed it, I'm not hiding it. They know that, and they still charge me with that. So that shows you now clearly, if some people thought that maybe we are exaggerating, that maybe we are just melodramatic, now everyone knows. This has nothing to do with law and justice. This is a personal vendetta from a very evil, wicked chief of police, Mark Neufeld, that is acting more like a Cosa Nostra Al Capone from Sicily in Chicago or New York City than actual chief of police. He's a disgrace, a chief of police, and he's a disgrace, a police officer, because I thought that they were supposed to follow the law, not break the law. Right now his officers are acting like some kind of a muscle working for the mafioso, him.
There's a shocking juxtaposition here because Liberal Member of Parliament George Chahal was not wearing a mask. He approached someone's property trespassing. He stole mail from their porch, and he was given a $500 fine. You went into a store with a medical exemption and sought to gather your own mail, and there's 3 criminal charges against you. If this isn't evidence that there is biased enforcement and that you are in fact being targeted by police simply for being Pastor Artur Pawlowski, nothing is. Final word to you on this arrest, and I'm sure we're going to touch base. We'll talk to Sarah Miller, who is protecting you and defending you in court at no cost to you. For the folks out there, if they go to saveartur.com, you can help with Artur's legal fees. But final word to you.
I say this to you, it's 2022, it's time to go after the villains. They have been hunting us down for the past 2 years. I say to every one of you, remember their names, we gotta go after them. And I'm not talking about violence, I'm not talking about guns, I'm not talking about swords, I'm talking about a legal way. We gotta start suing them. We have to go after them and make them accountable. What we need Nuremberg trials number 2. Those people have no regard for the law and order, and they should be taken down from their positions of authority. It's unacceptable for the chief of police to use police force as his private muscle, like somehow he is El Chapo. That's unacceptable. That's not how democracy works. They cannot just keep coming and cooking charges just because they don't like me. You see, I'm not here to win a popularity contest. Don't like me, I don't care. But you cannot use law to break the law and somehow pretend you are a police officer or a chief of police. Doesn't work that way. Or the Minister of Justice that is using his authority and his power to get out of the ticket, while at the same time he's hunting down and arresting pastors. That's unacceptable. We need to make them accountable. We have to remember their names, and when the time comes, we have to charge them for what they have been doing to us for the past 2 years.
Well, thanks very much, Artur Pawlowski, for the update. Sorry, once again, you were harassed by police. This absolutely must stop, and we're going to be there telling your story as long as it carries on. For everyone out there, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. For Rebel News, I'm Adam Soos. Pastor Artur Pawlowski started in many ways right here on these steps. And it ends here as well. With your support, you can stand up. If you believe that Pastor Artur was in the right when he fed those people, was doing the right thing when he opened his church, and was obeying his conscience when he refused to participate in these measures that would fundamentally undermine his constitutional rights as a pastor in this country, the time to stand is now. To go to saveartur.com and contribute now to help in his legal battle.